So I just saw Madam Webb. Against my better judgment to go see such a movie. I went, however, I would acknowledge Sony for continuing to put out content. I mean, everyone on the internet is talking about. It will be memed, it will be discussed, it will be used to create content. And so anyone who says that, oh, it's so horrible, what a horrible movie, all this stuff, they are doing that and they get content, they get viewership, they get things like that. Now, to talk about the movie directly, I want studios to learn that if you want to make a good movie, you need a great director and a great writer. Start there. Because here, you have great actors doing their best with the material that they got, but, the story wasn't well done, the writing wasn't well done. The thing that I think ultimately was most disappointing was the action sequences. There's not a lot of super in this superhero movie. It just, the set designs, the costume designs, the special effects, all of that stuff was just really piss poor. It was like they didn't care. And even just like the standard look of the entire film was terrible. So, I don't know. I think there's things to appreciate in here, and I like the performances of a number of the actors, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend anyone seeing this. I mean, it's sort of like one of those things. Yeah, it's like one of those things where you're like, all right, it's almost like a cultural touchstone to see this horrible thing. It's like, I survived Madam Web, right? But again, look, we're talking about it. Sony knows we're talking about it. They don't give a shit. You know
what? Go see it.
Yeah, go see it if you want. I'll give it like a 50. I think, if you were doing something else and you could turn it on in the background and leave it on and every once in a while glimpse at it, yeah, why not? I laughed a couple times. All right, that's it. Peace and love.
Just to point out for a fact, the whole reason we went and saw this is because I chose to see this because it was my birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
So that's the reason we went to see it. And admittedly, it wasn't that good for the action scenes, but the whole reason there weren't that many action scenes was because this was about the backstory of Madam Web. It wasn't about them becoming heroes in saving the day. It was about the backstory of Madam Web, how she came to be.
And so what?
I'd honestly say there were some jokes in here that wouldn't make sense to people that don't watch Marvel movies. I'd give this movie an 80 out of 100.
Okay, great.
Good job, buddy. It's easily the worst movie I've seen all year. I mean, on such a large margin. It's badly written, badly directed, bad special effects. The lack of care is endemic throughout the movie. The people who give a shit, the people who care about this movie, are the actors in it, and they are trying their hardest. The soundtrack's also really good. I like the soundtrack, very early 2000s, which is where this movie's set. It's fun. Dakota Johnson is fine, but she has nothing to work with. I love Adam Scott, and he's a highlight of this. He's not great at this. Nobody's great at this. Oh, I laughed a lot because it's unintentionally funny. It's ridiculous on a level that I did. And it just shows that Sony does not care about these properties. They're just trying to make a buck out of it as much as they can.
Her powers gave me a headache.
It was also tremendously confusing at the beginning. And it's supposed to, I think, from an artistic standpoint, I think it's trying to take us into the mind of Cassandra, who's our main character, and her powers are to see the future, and she's having trouble telling what's real and what's not.
Is she quadriplegic at the end? Hello.
She is both, in the comics, she is a side character who's paralyzed and blind and can see the future. She is the sidest of side characters. She's not. A lot of Easter eggs for me that I enjoyed too. There was mostly, I give it I think 50 is generous. I did like it better than Morbius. That's the thing. It's a 50 out of 100.